Jai Hind everyone, I am Prabhat Kumar and I welcome you all to PYQ Academy. In today's video, I am going to discuss the solutions of science portion of UPSC CAPF AC examination 2018. So, let me take my pen first. Okay, so now start. So, in the first question, it is given that the optical phenomenon that is responsible for propagation of light signal through an optical fiber. Okay, so this is a quite common question which is asked in various examination, whether it is means of UPSC or SSC or railways. Okay, so the answer is quite easy. Answer is total internal reflection. Okay, total you can see here in the image. By the total internal reflection, the data is propagated, data is transferred in optical fiber, and which makes the speed of which increases the speed of data. So before okay, let me tell you, in this question paper you will find there are 20 questions of science, and uh, in my view it is one of the toughest questions. Okay, because I think 12 plus, or I think near about 15 questions are directly from 11th and 12th. Okay, although they are doable, but they are from 11th 12th. And in 2018 uh, the cutoff was 95, okay, out of 250. So you can imagine the level of toughness of this paper. Okay, although the number of seats were also the highest, it was 463. That was also one of the reason to decrease the cutoff, but at the same time paper was tough also. Okay, but we will try to solve this science question by using our all the concepts which we learned in till class 9. Okay, so this was a quite easy question. Now let's move to next question. So which of the following statements about optical microscope are correct? So this is a concept which we will get only in class 12. Okay, so now let's read the statements. First is, both the eyepiece and objective of a microscope are convex lens. Okay, so you can see here this is a image of a microscope. So this is an eyepiece and this is objective. So yes, both objective and eyepiece are uh, convex lens. So yes, this is true. Okay, that means if option 1 is true, that means our answer is between option A and option D. That means option B and option C are eliminated. Okay, now come to the magnification of a microscope increases with increase in focal length of objective. Suppose we don't know. Okay, the magnification of a microscope depends upon the length of microscope tube. We also do not know about this. Now the eyepiece of a microscope is concave lens. No, you can see here eyepiece is also convex. So definitely this is wrong. So we are since option 4 is wrong, so we are left with only answer option A. So in this way we can solve this question, and so to solve this question we just need to remember this image only. So if any person had ever seen this image, and if he remember that image during the examination, so it was easy for him or her to solve this question, and by this elimination technique. So our answer is option A. By the way, option 3 is also correct. So we have the answer of question number 2 is option A. Okay. Next question: which one of the following gemstones contains beryllium metal? So this is a quite factual question. So just remember, answer is option B, emerald. Okay. Other than this, ruby, it is made up of a metal, means it is made of Al2O3, which is also known as corundum. Okay. It can also be asked. Same with this. So it can be also be asked in next question exams. Next question: lowering the atmospheric pressure of a liquid. So first option is increases the boiling point of a liquid. Second is lowers, that means decreases the boiling point of a liquid. Does not affect the boiling point of a liquid, increases the time required for it to boil. Now, so let's take few example. Okay, suppose we are having just a small concept of solid, liquid, and gas, and we will use this. So this, suppose this is solid in which the particles are closely packed. Okay, and this is liquid. The particles are little bit far to each other, and this is gas in which particles are loosely packed. Okay, so now if we will apply pressure, then gas will convert into liquid and liquid will convert into solid, and if we will reduce pressure, then solid will be converted into liquid and liquid will be converted into gas. This is simple logic. Okay, now uh, if we are lowering that atmospheric pressure, that means solid is converted into liquid. Now let's consider a, a material which is solid, a material which is liquid. So a metal which is solid will require more heat, okay, uh, to boil than a liquid which will require less heat than this solid to boil. Okay, that means the boiling point of liquid is less and boiling point of solid is more. That means if we are applying, uh, we are lowering the pressure, then the solid is converted into liquid. At the same time, the boiling point is also decreases. Okay, so by this logic, we can solve our question. So lowering the atmospheric pressure lowers the boiling point. Okay, so this was the logic. Otherwise, just remember this concept: by increasing the boiling point, the sorry, by increasing the pressure, boiling point also increases. By decreasing the pressure, boiling point also decreases. Okay, so let's move to next question. The number of angular and radial nodes for 4D orbital is respectively. In the introduction itself, initially in the I told you that there will be various questions which are directly from 11th and 12th, and few questions which are not important. Okay, but just remember the answer. Answer is I think option A. Okay, let's move to next question. Which one of the following statements about protein in mammalian cells is correct? Okay, so the question is simply asking about uh, in where in which part of the cell the protein is manufactured. So don't confuse with mammalian cell. By mammalian cell we just mean eukaryotic cells. Okay, that means which type of cells that are having membrane mounted cell organelles. Okay, so you can see here RER, that it means rough endoplasmic reticulum, looks rough under a microscope because it has particle called ribosome, and uh, the ribosome which are present in all active cells are sites of protein manufacture. Okay, so protein in mammalian cells are synthesized in cell membrane? No, not in cell membrane. Proteins in mammalian cells are not synthesized in cell membrane but directly absorbed by food. No, they are synthesized somewhere, not directly absorbed by food, from food. Third, proteins in mammalian cells are synthesized in rough endoplasmic reticulum. Totally true. Okay, then proteins in, no need to read this statement. Our answer is option C. Next question. Which one of the following statements about transport mechanism in plants is correct? Okay, so first option is diffusion of ions are small molecules across cell membrane requires energy. So diffusion nothing but exchange of gases. Okay, in generally in cells, in a selective perimeter membrane or cell membrane is there through which the particles or the exchange of various gases takes place. And so let's take this is side one. Okay, this is side two. Okay, so in this there is a high concentration of solutes. Okay, that means less concentration of water, and there is less concentration of solid, that means more concentration of water. So water 2 will move towards this one, water 1, so that the water level is equal in both the sides, and this is known as gradient. In this uh, case, the gradient is from side 2 to side 1. Okay, so there is no requirement of energy. The water will, or the movement of ions will be just uh, on the basis of gradients, so no requirement of energy. Okay, active transport of ions and small molecules across cell membranes against concentration gradient requires energy. Yes, if you need to send this change this direction, then you need some energy. Okay, and so energy is required if you want to send the concentration against the gradient. Okay, so yes, this is true. Next, cells conserve energy and no energy is required for transport of ions and small molecule against concentration gradient. No energy is required if you want to send the small molecules against the concentration gradient. So this is also wrong. Cells do not transport ions. No, they transport ions. Next question. If the amplitude of a oscillation of simple pendulum is very small, then its time period of oscillation. If you remember just this formula, then you can solve this question. So the time period of oscillation depends upon length of pendulum. Yes, it is directly proportional to length. So yes, it will depend. Then gravity, yes, it is inversely proportional to gravity. It will also depend upon gravity. Depends upon mass of the bob. Is there any mass? No, it doesn't depend upon mass. Then does not depend upon amplitude of the pendulum. Yes, there is no amplitude, so it does not depend. So this is, statement is true. So eliminate the option 3. Option 3. Okay, our correct answer is 1, 2, 4. Option B. Okay, next question. The term laser stands for. Okay, so this question is very much tricky if you don't know. So I will tell you a trick to how to solve these kind of questions. If you don't know, suppose you don't know answer. Okay, now let look on the keywords. So first compare light, 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 light. Yes, light is the correct keyword. Okay, now amplification, yes, this keyword is also correct. Okay, now come to stimulated, spontaneous, stimulated. That means uh, these three are true. Stimulated to spontaneous is wrong one. That means this option is totally wrong. Okay, now come to emission. Emission, energy. This is odd one. Let's make it wrong. So this option is also. Now we are left with option A and option C. Now radiation. That means ray is wrong. So in this way we are left with our option A, and this is totally true. Okay, so this you can apply in kind of this is one technique which can be applied in questions. Okay, so answer is option A. If you do not remember, if you have to take guess, so you can apply this logic. Okay, next question. Which of the following statement carboxylic acid, again a question from higher NCERT from class this is a question from organic chemistry. So simple aliphatic carboxylic acid are soluble in water. Yes, they are soluble, and higher carboxylic acid are practically insoluble in water. This is also true. And acidity of a carboxylic acid depends upon the number of carbon atoms present in the hydrocarbon. This is also true. Answer is option D. Next question. So this is again a question from higher NCERT. The chapter's name is polymer. So it has been seen that this chapter is important. So if you want to read higher NCERT, you can read this chapter from class 12 part 2 NCERT chemistry part 2. Okay, so let me give you an answer. So if you have to take guess, you can easily guess this is cellulose is a natural polymer. Okay, so for option D it should be 3. So it is 3 and it is 3. So now you are left with 50-50. In this case, if you went up to 50-50, then you must take chance. Okay, now polyvinyl chloride is a linear, so for B1, so this is wrong. We are left with our answer option B. Okay, so next question. Which one of the following statement about blood is correct? Blood element. This is also taken from 12th, 11th biology. Okay, chapter, I think chapter 18. Okay. So, but let's try to solve this with some logic. Okay, suppose if you don't know, red blood cells number is same as that of white blood cells and platelets. So, is it possible? We know that it has been generally told that WBCs protect us from uh, the all the bacteria or any other pathogens which are coming from external environment, and the number of this changes. Okay, then number of white blood cells is more than red blood cells. Is it possible? No, it is not possible. And the number of red blood cells is highest. Yes, this is totally true. The number of red blood cells is lower than platelets. This is wrong. All this is wrong. Just think that everywhere in your body you will find red blood. Okay, that means red blood cells RBCs are found in highest number. Wherever you cut, you will find RBC. So by this logic you can get this answer, and yes, this is a correct answer. This is given in the NCERT. The scientific name of RBC are erythrocytes, or red blood cells are most abundant for of all cells in blood. Okay, a healthy adult man has on an average 5 million to 5.5 million RBCs, mm per cube of blood. Okay, so answer is option C, and they are formed in red bone, that is bone marrow. Next question: which one of the following statements regarding muscle contraction and relaxation? Again, a question from higher NCERT. Just remember the question. Answer is option C. It involves a release of Ca++ from sacroplasmic reticulum and pumping Ca++ back in sacroplasmic reticulum. Okay. Calcium ions into sacroplasmic reticulum. Next question: which one of the following statements regarding digestion is correct? So yes, this is from class 10th, chapter 6, life process. So you can see the saliva contains an enzyme called salivary amylase that breaks down starch. Okay, that means starch is digested by amylase. So starch of food is digested by lipase? No, that's wrong. Now come to next option. The pancreas secretes pancreatic juice which contains enzymes like trypsin for digestion protein. So fat present in food is digested by trypsin? No, trypsin digests protein. Then and lipase for breaking down fats. So fat of a food is digested by lipase? Yes, this is correct. So we are left with our answer option C. Nucleic acid digested by amylase? No. Next question. Which of the following statement is correct? In photosynthesis by green plants, carbon dioxide is used for making carbohydrate. Yes, you can see here carbon dioxide is used for making carbohydrate. This is true. Then during photosynthesis, plant uses oxygen for making carbohydrate. Is there any use of oxygen as a raw material? No. Even oxygen is a byproduct, not a raw material, so it is not used. Okay. The carbohydrate generated by plants come from soil? No, it comes from air. The carbohydrate generated by plant comes from urea? No. Answer is option A. Next question. Which one of the following statements regarding insulin hormone is correct? Now let's apply that logic. Okay. So in all the question, let's find the keywords. So here keyword is protein, and another keyword is produced or not produced in the human body. So next is produced in human body, then driven into, that means not produced, and produced. So that means either insulin is produced in the body or it is pumped. So we know that the diabetes persons are those person in whose bodies the insulin is not being produced, and in a healthy person insulin is produced in an adequate amount. So yes, that means insulin is produced by our body. So not produced options are totally incorrect. Okay, now we are left with insulin is a steroid hormone or insulin is a protein hormone. So we are left with 50-50, and insulin is a protein hormone. If also you don't know, you should, I think you can take as a 50-50. Answer is option D. Insulin is a protein hormone which is produced in human body. Okay. Next question: which of the following is an anisotropic in nature? So totally factual question. So answer is option D, quartz. Anisotropic means in a crystalline substance, properties such as electrical conductivity, refractive index, and thermal expansion have different values in different directions. Okay. Also a concept from higher NCERT. Next question: which of the following is not a condensation polymer? Next, another question from the chapter polymer. Okay. So nylon, DNA, and bakelite are condensation polymer. Polythene is not condensation; it is a addition polymer. Okay. We'll get the answer in this chapter. It is from class 12th NCERT chemistry part 2. Okay. Next question. So this is a statement based question in which if both the statements are true and if the second statement is better is the explanation of first, then we have to mark our answer as option A. And if both the statements are true but the second is not the correct explanation, then option B will be correct. If option A is wrong, then D is correct, and if option 2 is wrong, then C is correct. C is the answer. Okay. So sound waves can travel in vacuum? No, they cannot travel. Only light waves can travel. Light is an electromagnetic wave and can travel, yes. So statement 1 is false and 2 is true. Our answer is option D. Very easy question. Next question. A compass needle placed near a current carrying wire will get deflected. So yes, it is true. If you let's take a wire, and if you connect it with a battery, okay, so this wire will produce some electric current, and this will, you cannot feel this electric current, but when you place a compass needle, it will get deflected little bit. That means a current carrying conductor produces magnetic field. You can get the answer in chapter 13, electromagnetic chapter of class 10. Okay, here you can see that we know that magnetic field produced by a current carrying conductor wire at a given point depends upon directly on the current passing through it. So yes, and a current carrying wire creates magnetic field around it. Yes, that is the reason that it creates a magnetic field around it, and that is the reason which deflects the compass needle. So both the statements are true, and statement 2 is correct explanation of statement 1. So our answer will be option A. So for 60, answer is option A. So yes, we are done with the questions of 2018 CAPF. Okay, and there were 20 questions, but this paper was a bit tough. Don't worry. Generally what happens these days, UPSC is trying to make especially the science questions tough for CAPF, because most of the aspirants are from civil services examination. So to differentiate the other candidates from civil services, to make the exam little bit difficult for the civil services aspirants, they are increasing the portion of science, as well as they are making the science little bit tougher, so that it will not be easy for the civil services aspirants to crack this exam easily. Okay, because in civil services basic science questions are not asked these days. So the civil services aspirants are not focusing on the basic science portion. That is one reason that UPSC is making tough questions, especially with respect to science. Because if they will make tough in let's say polity, because then they can solve, and it will be difficult for other pure defense aspirant students. Okay, so if you are a pure defense aspirant, that's good, you are having a time to improve your science. Okay, so what you have to do, just to complete class 9 and 10 NCERT, and if you are a science student, then you can attempt 11 and 12, or if you are an art student, then don't go for science. Okay, you are having another subjects like polity, history, geography, there you can work. Okay, and there you can improve your marks. So it was all for today. I hope I am clear in all the explanations. If you have any doubt in any question, please comment, and uh, you can uh, if for any kind of doubt related to this examination, uh, whether it is related to written, okay, or interview, or PET, or medical, okay, you can ask me any kind of doubt on different social media platforms, because I'm having the experience of all the four, uh, all the process. And in fact, I had cleared written for 4 times, and also went for interview for 2 times, went for PT for 3 times, and medical also for 3 times, and I had cleared PT and medicals. Okay, so if you have any kind of doubt regarding any of the process, please connect me on different social media platforms. I had given the link in the description box, and please join this Telegram channel for get being connected with me throughout the process of this examination. I try to provide various materials which are helpful in this examination process, especially for paper 2. Okay, so I hope I am clear in this explanation video. So if you like the video, then do share it to all your friends who are preparing, so that the content reach the person who is dedicated to become assistant commandant in the next attempt. So thank you so much for watching PYQ Academy.